A Dagsboro woman is speaking out, claiming she purchased a puppy from a private breeder here in Sussex County, only to discover that it was severely ill with a bacterial infection that infected her son and her father, who had to be hospitalized. Alexis Boylan says she purchased her Caucasian Shepherd Drax back in January from a Facebook puppy page that operated out of Delmarva, only to realize that once she got it home that it was gravely ill with serious bacterial infection called Campylobacter that can affect humans, and did, seriously sickening her father and son.
I was scrolling on Facebook and I saw this woman selling Caucasian Shepherd puppies, and they were adorable. So I begged my husband for one, and we saved up. He was $2,000, which was a little expensive for us, but
That's pretty standard,
we saved up.
though. Yeah.
Right, for those breeds, yes, it is. So I sent her a message. She sent me a big long reply back, that her dogs are, some of the best dogs you can get. They'll come somewhat potty trained, vaccinated, healthy, vet checked, all of those things. I even went to her page. She had good reviews. So I went to her house. I picked my puppy. I gave her a $300 deposit. And she told me my puppy would be ready the first week of February. So getting closer to the first week of February, I think it was towards the end of January, I messaged her and said, what day can I come pick up my puppy? I know you said the first week of February, I just want to set a date. And she said, actually, you can come get him. And it was about 2 days after I sent her the message, which was January 23rd. And she said, he'll be 6 weeks on January 23rd. You can come get him that day. Which was a surprise to me because I thought that puppies had to be 8 weeks before you could pick him up. But I was excited, so I went, I got him, I brought him home. Immediately within 10 minutes of bringing him home, he had stomach issues, diarrhea on the floor immediately. I didn't know if that was normal or not, so I thought maybe he's just getting used to puppy food. He just weaned off of his mom. So about 3 days later, I sent her a message letting her know he's had these problems since I got him. Is that normal? She told me to feed him white rice and that it was perfectly normal for him to have diarrhea constantly, 5-6 times a day, just water. And I said, okay, you're the breeder, yes, So a couple days after that, my dad got really sick. He had a fever, stomach problems, and he was shaking with the fever, and he said, I have to go to the hospital. After, I think it was 2 days of being sick, he went to the hospital. He was hospitalized. And they told him he has Campylobacter, which is a bacterial infection that people or pets can get. And it can cause fever, diarrhea, cramps, nausea, vomiting. And, we thought, well, must be something. Well, I didn't relate it to the puppy at that point, but then my son got sick about 2 days later, and he had the same symptoms. So I took him to his doctor. He got tested. He also had Campylobacter. Both doctors told us that this is something you can catch from a puppy, and I needed to get my puppy tested. I messaged the woman, told her my puppy was still sick. She said, I'll pay for your puppy to see my vet. I took him to my vet. I wanted him to see my vet. So I took him to my vet, and he came back positive for Campylobacter, Giardia, which is like a parasite that lives in the intestines. And it also, I was told it's very contagious to other pets, and I have 2 other dogs. And she told me that he had the worst case of hookworm she's ever seen.
Alexis says she reached out to the breeders who sold her the puppy, who denied that the puppy was sick from their litter and eventually blocked her.
I messaged the woman, let her know exactly what happened, and I said, you told me you'd pay for him to see a vet. I had to take him to my vet. Here's the bills. And she said, well, he didn't get it from here. And I said, well, he's been sick since I got him, and my pets, I've never been sick. They're perfectly fine. She said, well, I'll message the other people who bought the puppies and see if their dogs are sick. And I said, okay. About a week later, didn't hear anything. So I said, excuse me, I just want to get this situation addressed. My dog's sick. He's still sick. I'm up $700 in vet bills now. I have to quarantine my animals. I was told that Giardia can live in your yard for 7 weeks, so you can't let your dogs back into your yard for 7 weeks, which causes a problem. She told me she would get her dogs tested and let me know. About 2 weeks later, still no answer. So I messaged her again. I said, you told me you'd get your dogs tested. Did they come back positive? What's going on? No answer. So I go onto her Facebook page and she is in Cancun, Mexico. So I sent her a message and said, ma'am, I've been very patient with this. All I'm asking is reimbursement of the vet bills. I mean, I have hospital bills. My dad was out of work. My son was sick. I have to disinfect my yard. I had to quarantine my dogs. I had to clean my house. I said, all I'm asking is for the reimbursement of the vet bills. And she sent me a big long message after I told her that if she doesn't answer me, I might have to take the next legal steps because it's so long. You didn't get this from my dogs. After I asked to see her papers, can you show me the papers saying your dog's tested negative? You didn't get this from my dogs. My dogs were negative. I'm not showing you the papers, So, I'm stuck because she blocked me. She won't talk. She won't answer my messages back. My dog's sick. I have to pay for on top of the $2,000 I paid for him now, $700, $800 in vet bills. So I went to her page and I left a review because she's still selling more of his litter mates to other people.
Now, we were able to track down the breeder who sold her the puppy, who refused to do an interview and vehemently denied that the puppy was sick when they sold it. Now, the breeders in question, by their own admission, do not have a license to breed and sell here in the state of Delaware. We'll have more on this story and the full interview with Alexis on the Reporters Weekly this coming Saturday at 9 a.m. here on TV Delmarva.